Welcome again, Libra. It's a special month this month, and I have to ease you into the reading a little bit here. I'm not animating the chart this month. I want to focus on a few key factors here, and it's important that we look at this 8th house for you. The conjunction of Mars, Uranus, and this important amplifying North Node highlights this hidden, complicated 8th house of your horoscope. The house of intimacy, the house of psychology, the house of areas that we don't necessarily want to look at. But right now you're being forced to do that because this North Node is going to be spending some time there along with Uranus. So this is an electric, dynamic conjunction with Mars. This combination is going to continue till the 20th. So you've got up to 3 weeks here to really deal with this. You've got to be careful how you do that. There can be unexpected outbursts. You may not even know where this energy is coming from. Rest assured, whatever karmic, psychological blocks you have in your nature are going to be triggered by Mars. And what is Mars in your horoscope? Mars rules this area of Aries. That's your principal relationships. And it is also ruling the 2nd house of income, money, material values. Have a look here also. You've got that South Node, which acts a lot like Mars, bringing in, sucking in all that shit from the past, the problems that you may have, sharing money, dealing with a difference in your practical or material philosophy with your partner. Notice the retrograde Jupiter here in this part of your horoscope right now. Planet of principles, retrograde. You know, sometimes we spend time in relationships and only after a lengthy period of time realize that the actual value systems that our partners have are very, very different to the ones that we hold. And so a lot of this stuff may be triggered on the 2nd when Mars makes that perfect conjunction with Uranus here. Bang! That's a bomb going off, as I've said to some of the other star signs. Intimacy, matters of intimacy, shared resources, your psychological issues, the way your partner is handling money, all of these things are thrown up under this particular transit. Mercury transits on the 4th. It moves into Virgo, the 12th house. Again, another area of your horoscope that has to do with expenses, the hidden things that are out of the normal view of our perception, or sometimes what we'd prefer to sweep away from our perception, all coming up for you to think about and deal with. Mercury is the planet of thought. The full moon is very, very important for you. It takes place in a very nice part of your horoscope here, 5th house, which is your love affairs and your creativity. And here we see the retrograde Saturn doing its thing here, causing you to have a rethink. Now, the 5th house is also your past life. So there's a lot of karma coming up for you. Karma's always coming up for all of us, but for different star signs, there's a convergence of a whole lot of stuff. And right now, this 5th house shows us a review, a reconsideration of your situation. For some of you, if your parents, this 5th house has to do with your children. So you may be revisiting the domain of discipline, how you're connecting with those kids. For some of you, you may be feeling that distance as indicated by the separative influence of Saturn. Retrograde till around October. Try to find ways to bring yourself closer to those children. That's difficult these days. I'm having the same sorts of problems with tablets, devices, online gaming, sleep patterns, all that sort of stuff. It's a tough one, but that's showcased here in the 5th house full moon. Incidentally, Venus, which has been doing its nice little beautiful dance through your 10th house of career, moves into your 11th house exactly on that same day as the full moon, triggering this 11th house, which already houses Mercury and the Sun. Well, Mercury moves out of there, the Sun is still there. And so this is significant because you're going to have this 11th house, 5th house energy strongly dominating. 11th house is great. All the planets function well there. Good for profit, good for friendships, especially Venus, which is the planet of love, shows new opportunities in friendship and social activity. The Mars transit on the 20th, I've talked about, that moves into the sign of Gemini. That relieves you considerably from that 8th house energy. Not a great place for Mars. It moves into the 9th house, which incidentally is a zone of communication for your partner. More dynamic response from the one you love, notwithstanding these retrograde planets in the zones of love. The Sun transits on the 23rd into this 12th house as well. That's a low-key period. The month finishes up with an ensuing new moon in that same area. So the new moon shows a new chapter, probably in dealing with those issues of your past. And I think with what's going on here in your relationships, 5th house with your children, I think you stand to make some breakthroughs here by facing your past fairly and squarely, not sweeping it under the rug, and being prepared to take receipt and responsibility, accountability for what you've done in the past without, and here's the qualifier, without judging yourself too harshly. Get on over to astrology.com.au. There's more. The steak knives are thrown in for free, just joking. Take a look at the daily, weekly, monthly, yearly readings, the free psychic readings, all sorts of stuff there. The blogs that we're doing there are very useful. I've tried to expand it into a whole lot of practical areas for use to empower yourself, to improve your creativity, to get what you want in life, which is the name of the game, to be happy. And that's really what this is all about. Please do subscribe, drop me a note, have a reading, and I'll see you here next month, same time, same channel. Take care now. Bye-bye.